Here's a meme from my XRP. This is against XRP people, but just bear with me because this is actually kind of fun. The
Friends,
average
I don't know.
XRP holder.
Dude, this is a Chase Bank. I mean, it's like you're seeing a future historical monument before your eyes. Imagine sending money to your cousin in Uruguay. What do you have to do? You have to wait 16 days. You have to pay a processing fee. You have to pay the currency exchange fee. Or you can just send them XRP. Your grandma owns it. Your sister owns it. Your garbage man owns it. And you still don't own it? What are you going to buy? Bitcoin at $125,000? Or you can buy XRP at
Okay, so a couple of things
$3.
that I just want to touch on with this. Like XRP people are like, this is going to take over all of the whole entire global financial system, right? So he pointed that out with the whole, like, you see this as like a historical monument, Chase Bank.
Yeah.
And then the second thing being, he's almost kind of, he's not directly pointing at it, but like the market cap discussion. Because there's a lot of, I'm just gonna be honest, there's a bell curve thing here with the XRP community. There's the people that like are just like, oh, it's clearly like been a part of BlackRock and therefore like buy it, it's going to go up to $1,000. And then there's the people that are like really spending time looking into the research and like what is actually occurring behind the scenes. What is this system that they're developing and why? But anyways, $3 versus $120,000. It's like, okay, but there's some nuances to how to look at the valuation of these things besides just that. And we had a huge clap back in the comments last episode we did about XRP because of the market cap discussion. So the idea was that, oh, well, you can't just take the circulating supply times the price and give it the market cap. Okay, fine. If this XRP asset has a different use case, then yes, you would want to look at the volume of that asset, and the liquidity of that asset is the way to look at what is the value of it versus just the circulating supply times the price. If that is how we're looking at the asset and how it's being used, right? But we're not seeing that today. So chill out with that.
Speculative.
Yes, I understand, but that's not what's happening at the moment.
It's crazy how people. Sorry, go
No,
ahead.
that's
Okay,
it.
yeah,
That's
go ahead. People will fight like what if statements as if they're facts. It's like, well, if that does happen, then yes, it is a fact. But there's this huge if, right? Like there's so much of that. What I always am wondering this because I'm not in the XRP army yet. That's what y'all call yourself, right?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't loop me in with those people.
Is that what they? I thought you were a big XRP head. Am I wrong in that?
Listen. I am a grounded understander of what it is that Ripple is trying to accomplish. All right.
Got it. Okay. Yes, that's a good distinction. Okay, but is it XRP Army? Is that what it was called? Okay, cool. How did they captivate non-crypto people so well? Because they're the only one that I've seen that's like it's a massive community. They're absurdly loyal, and I think some of them are ignorant and that actually plays to their conviction because if they knew more, they wouldn't be as convicted in their beliefs. How did they do that?
Yeah, dude. It's crazy because this to me kind of plays into the conspiracy because it's like from when I found this stuff in 2017, it was already a conspiracy, but like no one knew about any of this stuff. So how is it already a conspiracy that like this is going to take over the global financial system? So that kind of plays into it to me. Like you had these riddlers, right, that were already around at that time.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, maybe there was a campaign in place to like get people who don't know anything about crypto to pay attention and want to own the asset and push it on and cheer it on. But to your point, because there's a real meme thing here, like there's a real cultural phenomenon about this for sure. And I think it's just an accumulation of the past 20 plus years where we've seen this digital surveillance state come into place and people who are watching that and saying, what is the end goal of this? What is the end result of this? And people who see Ripple and XRP are saying, oh, like maybe this is the answer to like how this is going to happen and how the average person gets incentivized to participate in a global surveillance state of all money. So instead of trying to fight the banks and break the banks down, it's like, no, we're just going to have an immutable ledger where all transactions are happening in the background. On these banks are now public. Now all of those transactions are public, right? So there's a lot of just like anyone who's a financial conspiracy theorist is going to move directly towards Ripple and XRP.
Of
You know.
course, and especially because the people who were involved, as we've talked about many times before, right? Massive
Hmm.
names who
Hmm.
have, like, more power than anything, right? And, RD said because XRP has utility, and I actually wanted to bring that up again. I brought this up twice. And so, like, that's the whole thing is of course, it can have utility if used in the way that, like, people are proposing that it will be used, and if it gets adopted, and sure, they have a great chance of solidifying that and making it take place because of who's involved, et cetera, how long they've been around, the things they've overcome, all that stuff. But it's still like a big if statement. A lot of crypto projects are very much if, right? Like, if this goes well, then it has utility, right? Because a lot of it is like pure projection. So, yeah, I'm excited. We're going to walk through more of XRP. You're going to explain it to everyone more, and then also the ETFs that are involved, because I think that's a very important part that maybe from an outsider perspective gets slept on a little bit, and they don't realize how significant that can really be. So, is there more news stories
Absolutely.
or more
I
memes
want
you
to
want to
finish
show?
this one off because there's something that I have as a unique insight on all this that I thought was funny.
Okay.
Oh, instead I'm gonna worship a guy named Satoshi Nakamoto who no one knows who he is. Brad Garlinghouse is smoking hot. I feel like I'm crazy. No, I'm not crazy. I know I'm not crazy because I've seen XRP go from 10 cents to 50 cents to $1 to $2 and now to 3. And I haven't sold any. I'm gonna watch this thing go from $3 to 50 to 100 to 1,000. And what am I gonna do? I'm gonna buy this bank and I'm gonna call it XRP.
So that's the final piece of this cultural thing here is that like these people will not sell, right? They're going to hold this thing until it goes up to those types of prices. And that's another just like interesting piece. Like I think we talked about this before. It's like if they've gone through getting sued and the price going down to 17 cents and they're still going to stick around after that, then guess what? Like these people
Mm.
are going to hold on for dear life. They really believe that the price of this asset's going to go to $1,000. The last thing that I just wanted to say about this, because I thought this was kind of ironic, and I don't even think he knows this, maybe, or I would have pointed it out if I were him. But this bank is in the middle of Wynwood. I actually posted this, and there's a Ripple office right across from that building. So I
Wow, that's
don't know if he
crazy.
knew that or not, but this is Chase, and this is a Ripple office.
Wow.
And I just know that because I
Maybe
live
he was
there.
sent by Ripple.
Maybe, dude. Maybe there's something deeper to that that I actually just don't know.